We begin with breaking news this morning. A former school out of Bedford is currently on fire. WFXR's Brianna Albizu is live on the scene this morning. Brianna, good day to you. Bring us up to speed, please.
Good day to you as well, Charmaine. As you mentioned, we are on the scene now of a massive fire. It is the former Bedford Middle School that is on fire right now. Now, just step out of the way so you can kind of see it is still a very active investigation going on. You see first responders, police officers, and firefighters all around the area trying to contain this fire. Now, it may not look like much in the front, but we do know there is still an active scene going on. Fire flames, you may be able to see, are still, and you can see the second story of the building right there, and also towards mainly the back of the building. Now, we pulled up around 4 o'clock this morning, and it was still very active. As we were heading in, I saw massive smoke and flames all the way from 460 Lynchburg-Salem Turnpike. As we arrived on scene, we went straight to fire officials who weren't able to say much because, again, it is still an ongoing active scene going on here. I did speak to some witnesses here who were kind of watching the flames going on, saying that I spoke to some contractors who were actually the ones that called in the fire. They were here around 1 a.m. this morning. Around 1:30, that's when they started to see and smell the wood burning and some flames going on, and they've been here ever since. We're hoping to get an interview with them hopefully in the next half hour, but that's all we know so far. Again, a very active scene going on. We still have more and more units coming in to assess the situation, and we'll of course be here live all morning to give you an update of what's going on as we continue to see what exactly has been happening here this morning. Charmaine, good day to you. It is still a very active scene here in Bedford County. Now I'm just going to take a step right here, and you can see some very visible flames going on now on the left side of the building. Now, I spoke to people earlier this morning. Again, I spoke to some contractors who were here fixing some cables along Longwood Avenue and Peaks Avenue Street, which is where this intersection is, and they said that they saw flames starting from the second floor of the building, but on the right side. And now, as you can see, the left side of the building, the flames are even more powerful. Now, mainly a lot of the flames are towards the back side of the building, which is why you couldn't be able to see very much at all. But as you can see, it is still kind of moving along between different sides of the building, and you can see those flames. They are very massive. Now, again, we still have a very active scene here. We have police officers, ambulance, firefighter. We still see trucks coming into the scene, more and more help on their way as they're continuing to bring out these fires here. But we just definitely wanted to show you this big scene going on. Now, again, we don't have any new information to tell you as of now. Officials are still working on this fire, obviously. Police are still having us, around the area and the perimeter, just making sure we stand back and are in a safe area. So again, we don't have much to tell you as of right now, but we'll of course be live here on the scene as it continues to develop. It will be sure to give you all the information as it's made available to us.
Can you hear me? Can I ask you a quick question? Can you see are there any homes in that area?
Yes.
Any people in that area?
Absolutely. Now, there are some homes in the area, and big homes. In fact, we do have a couple on this side here to the left of me, and we also have one actually right by the middle school here, the former Bedford Middle School. I think a photographer said there was one man who was present at the scene of the home right there. But as we know, I'm sure they have been evacuated, and it has been a clear and safe area for them, obviously. But there are some homes here. There are people out here as well, kind of just taking in the scene, asking what happened, what's going on. We saw some joggers coming in this morning. But again, yes, there are some homes here, but I'm sure, as you can see, it is a very, very scary situation. So those people are definitely evacuated in a safe spot as of now. Good day to you as well, Charmaine. As you mentioned, we are here on the scene of a massive fire in Bedford County. Now I'm just take a step. As you can see behind me, you can see massive flames coming out of the roof there. Now, we did hear from scanner chatter that the roof has collapsed from this, again, former Bedford Middle School here. And as you can see, it is still a very active investigation. We have a bunch of units on scene here right now. We have an ambulance, firefighters, and as well as police officers all assisting the scene to make sure everyone stays safe out here. As we mentioned in the last hit, we have people who have homes around here that are actually, are living close by and are seeing what's going on right now. We have people outside as well wondering what's going on this morning. A very difficult scene to see, absolutely. I was actually talking to someone right before, and they actually were the last generation apparently to go to this middle school before they moved over to a newer middle school that they built, I believe, right next to it. It's a very difficult situation for him to see his former middle school in flames right here in front of him, on fire, and seeing all this going on. But as you mentioned, we've been here since a little over 4 this morning, and people again were just standing by, not sure what's going on. Again, police are securing the area, so we can't go too close to the scene right now. I know earlier we did try to see if we can get any fire officials on camera, and they were not able to tell us much right now. As you know, they are still trying to pull out this fire that, as you can see, is still blazing and is still going on. Now, I do want to mention that before, in our last hit, we did have a live cable go through our hit. That was not a active live cable going on. It was actually an internet cable that was just right in our live shot, so we did want to mention that. Good day to you as well, Charmaine. I am here on the scene of a massive fire in Bedford County. I'm just going to take a step back here so you can take a look. As you mentioned, this is the former Bedford Middle School here. As you can see, it is still a very active scene going on. You can see the flames just going apart atop of the roof here. Now, we have heard from scanner chatter that the roof has collapsed, so it is an open roof going on. But we arrived around 4 a.m. this morning, and it was, a very busy scene, as you can see still here right now. I did arrive on scene and went straight to fire officials who weren't able to give me much in terms of what exactly has happened or what's going on in terms of their tactics for dealing with this fire. So we're still waiting to hear more information. But as you can see, we have a house to the left of it. We also have another building to the right of the school here. We do know that the left house has an older gentleman here. We did see him packing. We don't know if he left the house as of yet, but we do know he at least has evacuated the building. Now, I do want to mention a correction on my end. On the right, I did mention this building before. That is apparently, I said it was a newer building. That's actually the older building to this, another old building for the Bedford Middle School here. The new building is now behind Liberty High School here in Bedford County. I did want to make that correction. Good day to you as well, Charmaine. Now, I am here live at this massive fire here in Bedford County. Now, I just want to take a look, if I can step behind here. As you can see, the flames are still going. Now, this is the former Bedford Middle School here. We are at the intersection of Longwood Avenue and Peachtree Street, again in Bedford County. As you can see, the flames, you can see sort of the flames coming from the left side of the building on the second floor there, where the flames are blazing. And you can really see towards the back of the building, that's where the majority of the flames have been going on. Can't really see the front, but as you can see, it's starting to make its way to the front. And now, as you can see, to the center. Now, I know we've been here since 4 a.m. this morning, trying to get some more information in terms of what exactly happened, talking to some first responders in terms of how they're dealing and with this fire going on in front of us here. We weren't able to get much, but we still have a very active scene. As you can see, multiple people here. We have firefighters, ambulance, and police officers all monitoring the situation, handling the perimeter around here, making sure neighbors are safe as they watch on in horror at what's known as this very historic building. I think I was talking to a neighbor who tells me that it was built in the 1930s, so it's a very old building. And I think he also told me that they were actually trying to do new construction on the building to kind of preserve the history of this building. But obviously with this fire, which again, we don't know the cause of as of now, it is very sad scene to see. I did also speak to some contract workers who tell me in terms of the fire, they were out here at 1 a.m. this morning and they saw something go on in terms of the second floor of the right side of the building. That's when they started to see flames go on. And as you can see, it's sort of made its way to the left side of the building now. And now, as I mentioned, with the shift in wind, now it's going to the center of the building, which is very tragic considering those beautiful white columns you see in the front right there. But again, we will be on scene all morning trying to get you as much information as we can. But as I mentioned, we still don't know too much as of now, but we're sure that first responders are doing all they can to make sure that they secure the fire and that everyone stays safe. We're live and local in Bedford.
Brianna, bring us up to speed.
Charmaine, you're exactly right. This fire is very huge and massive here. Again, we're at the scene of this fire in Bedford County. I'm just going to step to the side here so as you can take a look. This is the former Bedford Middle School that's going on here. We don't know too much from officials as of yet. So we're still waiting to hear more information. Of course, they are trying to monitor this fire. And of course, police are still on scene as well, trying to make sure everyone in the perimeter stays safe as firefighters continue to battle this fire. But we do know is that I was talking to some contractors that were actually here before it even started. They said that they were here at 1 a.m. Around 1:30, they saw flames in the second floor of the building by the windows towards the right side of the building. But as you can see now, the fire has made its way all the way towards the back, now to the left side, and now with these changing winds, it can be very detrimental. It's now moving into the center of the building. So that's very concerning as of now. And again, we're live on scene. It's very active, as you can see. Many first responders here, as I mentioned, police, firefighters, also ambulances. I was doing a count earlier, and I was able to count probably 15 or more vehicles here on the scene.
We are following breaking news this hour out of Bedford County this morning. The former old school, the middle school we're talking about, is currently on fire. WFXR's Brianna Albizu is live on the scene this morning with all the details. Brianna, good day to you. What can you tell us?
Good day to you as well, Charmaine. As you mentioned, I am on the scene of some breaking news right now, a massive fire in Bedford County. And just take a look behind me here. You can certainly see some flames. It turns the second, especially the second floor of the left side of the building here. As you mentioned, the Bedford, former Bedford Middle School here. We're right at the intersection of Lockwood Avenue and Peak Street, where we see some road closures in terms of people coming in and kind of making that U-turn, as you know, this area is obviously blocked off. It's a very active situation here. We actually took some video this morning with a very active situation with a lot of flames coming out of the building right there. We arrived around 4 a.m. this morning, and we saw this huge, building in flames. And actually, as we were heading onto the scene, I actually saw the smoke and some of the flames actually all the way from 460, which is the Lynchburg-Salem Turnpike there. So it was definitely going on for quite a while. I arrived on scene. It went straight to fire officials who weren't able to give me much information in terms of what happened, what caused the fire, and in terms of any tactics that they're doing to battle the flames that were going on. I haven't heard anything, but obviously there were many first responders on scene, firefighters, police officers, and ambulances all around monitoring the situation, making sure everyone's safe. Now, there are some houses around the area. People have been kind of going outside their house, wondering what's going on. We've been talking to several people. We also talked to some contractors who were actually the first to call 911. They were actually at the scene around 1 a.m. this morning and actually saw the flames start to occur in the middle school here, and that's when they called 911, and it's just been going on ever since. And I'm going to take a step back here. That the bell tower, as you can see, the massive flames going on. Again, as you mentioned, the former Bedford Middle School. We're at the intersection of Longwood Avenue and Peak Street, where this is going on. And now the building started. I talked to contractors who were here at 1 a.m. this morning, and they saw flames starting from the right side of the building. As we got here around 4 a.m. this morning, it was still going on. Kind of moved around towards the back of the building, then towards the left side, and now with the shifts in winds that were going on for this morning, you can now see it has now hit the center of the building and is now affecting the bell tower. Flames are just going everywhere. Firefighters, police officers, and first responders are on scene here trying to battle the blazes. They've been doing this since early this morning, since we've been here. But again, it's just been a very difficult morning for them to get this massive building fire going on. So we definitely wanted to make sure that you were aware. I know I talked to someone earlier, one of the neighbors actually, his son was actually one of the last people to graduate from this middle school before it closed down. He said it was very sad to see this all go down this morning. When he heard about it, he was out here for a couple of hours this morning with us, trying to, understand what was going on. He said it was just a very sad sight to see, and as you can see, they're hosing it down now with the water. As you can see the kind of effects that this is having from it. It looks like they've officially got it so far, but it was, as you saw just minutes ago, a massive flame flames going on with this building, and it's just very devastating considering a lot of the history with this building. I believe one of the neighbors also mentioned that it was the 1930s that this building was built. The new building is now right behind Liberty High School here in Bedford County, but it's still a very sad day for many residents in the Bedford community. We're live and local in Bedford. Brianna Albizu, WFXR News.